Atonement for Me, Episode 11, Drag and Burlesque.
With me!
Hey Magical Misfits, it's Kate and Ivy, and welcome to Atonement for Me. So, I'm bringing somebody else into my bubble today, and that would be one of my best friends, V/Vienna La Plume / Vincent St. Grace. So, yay!
Oh, hi there. So good to meet all of you.
So, V has been on an incredible journey with me and my designs.
It's true, yeah. It's true, yeah, no, there have been many hilarious what the fucks. And by the way, what's my disclaimer? Can I curse? Can I?
Go for it.
Yeah! Fuck yeah! Woo! No, there have been so much that I have brought to you that you have turned out, and with a lot of me saying sorry for being like, hi, I'm sorry, the show's in 3 days, can you help? And that's like, yeah, I guess I can. And then boom, and it's already an award-winning masterpiece. So good job on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah. So what are we going to talk about today, Caitlin? Since you invited me here.
Yeah, that's true. Well, seeing as our interesting history revolves a lot around drag and burlesque, I feel like that is an
gay shit. Just a fucking lot of gay shit. I have a degree in gayology. I'm bi-furious. I'm so it's just like it hurts, like like it stabs, like the you know how people do this, you know?
It's fine. I identify as pansexual. So. I can't do that with only like half acrylic.
Here, just do this. Just be serious.
I
just do this and then just do this.
I can do it over top of my.
Oh yeah, like a Todrick Hall moment, like This is getting off to a real good start. For those of you who can't see what's happening, I'm voguing now. Vogue, 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 vogue.
As you can probably tell, V is definitely the performer of the duo.
Yes, I would say that I love attention. I love attention so much. I'm a Leo. It hurts me that I'm a Leo and that kind of thing. I shouldn't be a Leo, but I am a Leo, so I need attention constantly, and I have a bit of a praise kink, so please just give me a...
Okay, Tinkerbell.
You mean Twinkerbell?
Touche.
Touche.
So, because I talk to these people all the time.
You do, yes.
And they know me a little bit more than they know you.
That's true.
Why don't you tell us about yourself?
Oh, God. Oh, shit. Okay, where do you want to start?
Well, seeing as the episode is drag and burlesque.
Oh, yes.
Let's do that.
So start with drag. Okay. Our meeting, settle down, children are going down to a trail of mystery galore, penises, fake penises, and socks, and a bad contour, and sad poetry. Yes, gather around the campfire, children. We're gonna have a good old time here with Uncle Vincent. Many moons ago. This is what's gonna happen, guys. Buckle in, grab some snacks, grab some Gatorade. It's gonna be some heavy shit coming up. Mm-hmm. Did you just choke on your tea? Yeah, bitch, you did. That tea was hot. The kettle was boiling. We're gonna pour it in some mugs, because we're makeup geeks. Call me Mug, because I'm a makeup geek. You okay?
I'm good. Keep going.
Good. Cool. So a long time ago.
Carry on without me.
Yeah, okay. No, but I want to be with you. I love you.
Carry on.
Okay. A long time ago in an apartment complex far, far away from here, I was, first year university. I was a mere sad little 20-year-old who had no idea what the fuck they were doing, and they were kind of, at the time I was identifying as a femme person with she her pronouns. Right now I identify as they them pronouns, so we'll get to that in a bit. Oh, that coming out was no, you said when you came out that it was just like matter of fact, right? Remember when you came out, it was just like a matter of fact?
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
I had to come out. And it was uncomfortable for everybody. But it was fine. It was like uncomfortable, but like, okay. Sure. I don't know what to do with this. This is with my parents. I love them. Love you, Mom and Dad. I'm going to go see them soon. Okay, but back to the story, which is going to take forever to record. I was seeing someone at the time that was way too old for me. And I was going through some gender questions. You know, it was the first time I've been out on my own in a while, and this is the first time in a long time that I was kind of questioning, am I a woman? Why do I have tits? I don't understand. So I snuck into my then, I don't know what it was, Friends with Benefits at the time's closet. I stole a bunch of their clothes, their blazers. I put them on. I started around the living room. I'm like, man, I feel good. Then I cried because I got scared of it, because it's just like, what the fuck? So it was kind of like, when I started the point of like, way in the beginning was like the idea of like playing with gender. And then eventually I heard about 5 Minutes of Fame. Now, kids, back then the day, 5 Minutes of Fame was a talent show done by the illustrious Eureka Love of HRM. And it was a talent show at the old Reflections, rest in peace, where every Thursday night you would compete. And there were 2 rounds. There's a panel of judges, 3, like the old American Idol style. There was like, you know, the Paula Abdul, the
You Look Great.
The You Look Great, yeah. But You Look Great, but the Randy, you know, was his name Randy? That guy?
Randy Jackson, yeah.
Randy Jackson. And then obviously there was a shitty queen who was like, should not have been there. Being like way past her prime, being like, you could have done better. Also, your contour was shit. I don't know. Like some sort of, you know, that kind of thing. 2 rounds. You go through the first round. If they like you enough, you get to the second round. And then the winner would win $200. So at one point, I decided as a poor, you know, college kid studying technical theater. You want to know what I did? Technical theater, because I could not get into the acting program.
What's wrong with technical theater?
No, there's nothing wrong with technical theater at all. I love it. I loved it. But like, initially I wanted to be an actor first. And I'm like, well, it's okay. I can do technical theater. So it was like a love of both. So I was happy with one or the other. So I went to technical theater. I was a poor student. So I was like, I love money. Let's go get some money. So eventually I competed enough times. First time was terrible. The first time I did drag. Oh God. No. Thank God I've never took a picture of myself in drag the first time. I know, I should have, but there were a couple of times. Okay, there's some earlier photos that I took of myself in drag that were a lot better, but the first time I had super long, thick hair, and I borrowed all my clothes from my ex. They were too big for me. I had a hat that was too small for me because my hair was so thick, and I took wig hair and I cut pieces of it off and I glued it to my face, and I looked like I was going through a patchy puberty with it, and I just really thick eyebrows, really thick contour, get up on stage. I didn't lip sync, I did spoken word poetry. Very depressing shit. Oh yeah, it was great. Like, one of the drag queens that was there came up to me and goes, I really liked your stuff, but it was really fucking dark, man. Like, not good first impression. I'm like, that's what you get when it comes to me. So eventually, I was like, I should actually lip sync, because people like that shit. And eventually, I won. I won money. And then it was great. Oh, God, that money went... I was with someone who performed with me in the winning number, so she got a good chunk of the money, of course, because she supported me. Great. Thank you. But, like... It was, so I won. The comments I got was very ego boosting. And I was like, oh, I can keep doing this. It's great. And then I kept doing it and doing it and doing it. And then eventually, by the way, the drag career definitely started before the burlesque career. Because as a femme person, I was femme all my life. I wanted to distance myself just a little bit. You know, sometimes you need space from like parts of your gender. So I mostly kind of deep dived into the masculine part of myself. Just like, dick. That's me. Dick. All the dick. Sorry.
Is that your Mariana's Trench?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on?
Dick.
Then plateau.
And then plateau. Plateau. Because a dick is sometimes dope, but sometimes stupid, you know. That wasn't funny. I'm sorry. I'm going to drink my tea.
This is also very indicative of our friendship.
Yeah, just like dick jokes. Just dick, balls jokes. Just so much balls and vagina jokes. Just, I'm gross. I have the humor of a teenage boy because I am a teenage boy on the inside of this body. Just like not knowing what to do. But anyways, so I kept performing, and then eventually I did it for off and on because I was in school. Couldn't really balance it, right? And then eventually, one of my closest friends, who I wasn't friends with at the time, moves to Halifax from Vancouver, named Felix Static, aka Steph Young, aka look them up, Steph Young, amazing HRM director, producer, writer, just love you, Steph. You can find them on Instagram. Huge fan. Oh, just like, if you ever seen someone, they're just like, who's both so gorgeous as a woman and a man at the same time.
True.
It's not fair. It's just like, I look very cute as a man, like super duper, like, cute. And as a woman, I'm just like, But Felix is just, it's frustrating because your junk just wants to go all over the place. But then you're like, you're my best friend. That feels inappropriate. Anyways, just look them up. So Felix moves to Halifax, becomes friends with another person named Stu Metz, who is also a burlesquer at the time, art person. They get together and they're like, you know what? There's a couple of drag kings here that should have their own show. Because at the time, children, drag kings were usually used as like either the male vocals in the song for drag queens, like, I don't want to say accessory because it sounds objectifying, but yeah. I mean, like, it's still a queen-run city. People know drag. The first thing they think of is a drag queen, and the nuance of drag king is still, in some areas, really, really fresh and new because most of the time, drag queens are still, majority of the time, mind you, it's definitely changed the last couple of years, gay white men in dresses, still very owning that space of that kind of thing, of like the drag, it was still very much a drag queen city. But now they were just like, okay, let's make a show about kings. Why not? So it was Felix, the original lineup, or part of it was like Felix, Smith Ryan, myself. I'm an old king. I'm a grandfather, technically. I have children I don't even know of. Apparently they have come up to me and just been like, I'm your grandson. I'm like, which one of my children fucked who? That was like, it's kind of incestuous. It's gross. But like, so me and, Bobby Sparkles and Rhett Sutler. So they become like first or second generation HDK. And JHDK has kind of been together for about 6 years now, 7 years. And so we had that show. And because that show happened, it kind of, suddenly everyone wanted to be a drag king. Because the show was so successful. The show was so good. Because it was this raw talent and raw, like, holy fucking shit. Look at all these beautiful, handsome ass fucking, presenting men on stage at the time, or like binary men or whatever you identified as, just come on stage and everyone was like, they fucking went crazy for it. And then everyone wanted to be a king. And it was just kind of like, it was really, I don't know if revolutionary is the right big word for it, but it was changing. It was changing the game because every time there was an HDK show, we got flooded with audience members. It was bigger than most of the Queen shows half the time. It was great. Yeah. And then, so that being said, and then we went to I started getting into drag that time, and then that show happened, and then I felt like I needed more in my repertoire of presentation. Cause like, I love shiny things. I love gay. I love glitter. So then I met you at Atlantic Fashion Week, and I heard about you. That's how we met. It's Atlantic Fashion Week, and then I auditioned. You said, I want you in my lineup, and I was what was your first impression of me?
I had been warned that I was going to like you.
What? Oh, by the way, you're going to really like this person. You're going to get emotionally attached. It's going to fuck up your shit.
Pretty much.
Fuck up your shit.
Pretty much.
Meet people that'll fuck up your shit in an emotional way, kids.
Because we were setting up for the casting call, and the photographer who was running the casting call, who was at his studio, said, you want to watch out for V. Well, Burlesque.
At the time, yeah.
And
Burlesque's my dead name, but that's okay. It's a beautiful name, but it's not me. I'd rather go by V.
And he said, no, like, I strongly recommend this individual for what you're looking for. And
No, or somebody.
yeah, but I don't say names on the
Right!
podcast.
Can we cut that? Can we cut that? I'm so sorry.
And then, where was I? Oh yeah, and then it was your turn to walk, and they put Michael Jackson on specifically for you.
Billie Jean!
And I saw you like walk as Michael Jackson. And I said, yes, I need that person. I need that kind of energy on stage for my show.
Yeah.
And that's how we met.
That's how we met. And then I remember we met in passing. And then I remember meeting you backstage at AFW when we ordered pizza.
Yeah.
And then I walk in and you're sitting on the ground and part of you was like, oh shit, this person's a huge big deal. Oh shit, this person's really fucking awesome. There's no way, like, they're gonna, like, okay, listen, I know you get this a lot because you're extremely intimidating at first. You are! No! Every time, like, someone mentions you, when they're like, oh, when I first met Caitlin, she's so intimidating because she's a badass. Like, everyone thinks they're afraid of you, so you've got that already. Like, you're a badass fucking...
I don't want people to be scared of me.
But not scared as in like, oh my God, but scared as in I have to be on my best behavior around Caitlin or else they're going to think, she's going to think I'm an asshole or something like that. Like, they care about your opinion.
Okay.
That's
okay.
it. So
I'll accept
that's
that.
okay, so when I walked in, you're sitting on the floor, I'm like, this is this is her. She's beautiful. Holy shit. Like, of course, you're so pretty. I'm just like, oh, God, I'm just a potato cosplaying as a trash can. Why did she pick me for this? And then we talked about costumes. And that was also when I kind of really got to know too. One of our close friends. My bad. Another close friend of ours. And then, we did the show. And then... do you remember the first outfit we did together? You've done so many outfits.
Wasn't that the first time that we like super collaborated?
Yeah.
Was David Bowie?
It was I think you made a few pieces for me here and there, but the most memorable ones are the David Bowie one, like the Stardust one that we really collaborated on because I was doing a show. Pardon me. I did a series of shows back in the day called Mystery Science Fiction Queer Theater 1, 2, and 3, and I really want to put that back up on stage, like actual production. That's one of my goals in life. Let's hope for the best. And so there was a song I found, and I was, when one tries to create a drag number, you go through songs and ideas, and then you throw them in the trash, and then you dig out the trash to be like, no, wait, come back, I miss you. It was that kind of thing. And so I find this very words, what the fuck? I find this very beautiful cover song of Space Oddity crossed over with Across the Universe by this artist named Kat Jenkins or something, or Kat Jenke or something like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it was so ethereal, so pretty. And I'm like, okay, this needs to be big. This is such a beautiful, I need to be big. It needs to be, it needs to be like if Vincent St. Grace, my drag character, was a space clown, was a magical space Piero the Clown type thing. Like if Bowie and a circus clown had a baby, and that baby turned into an astronaut and got launched into space. But they got lost in space for thousands of years and came back to ground and be like, where am I? Is that a good description?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
So then I go to Caitlin and I'm like, yo, I'm doing this show. Here's an idea for it. And the thing is with Caitlin, the process is I tell her the idea. And you kind of already have the materials, which was really great, actually.
I'm an upcycler. I always have materials.
Fun fact, they're upcycling. The most ethically sourced clothing is from you. So then Caitlin, I collaborate with Caitlin, like, hey, Caitlin, I have an idea. I just explained to her the concept, that kind of thing. And do you ever sketch out your ideas at all? Or
no.
No. So Caitlin doesn't show me ideas, by the way. She's like, okay, I got this idea. So then she showed, like, eventually, as time goes on, she shows me pictures, and eventually there will be photographs and pictures and that kind of thing. And just imagine what color was it? Like a dark green,
It was like a silver
green? Like
greeny, bluey.
Yeah.
Like it was a nondescript metallic.
It was a nondescript shade name, undescript metallic. Can that be when you do a palette? Can you put like, okay, they'll go in with undescriptive metallic. Oh yeah, that crease.
Who is she?
We don't know her. No, but like script metallic. Can we just? We need to write down shade names for eventually if you ever release a palette under script metallic. That's one of them. Vader should be another one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Vader,
but we are definitely getting off topic.
Yeah, it's true, right? I'm so sorry. So my bad. This is why you have to keep me on track. Mm-hmm. So she does a draw. So she shows me pictures, and then eventually she sends this image of. It was almost done. It was like you had to do like trimmings or something, but it was so beautiful because of the detail that went into it. There was bedazzled rhinestones. There was a crotch that was covered in rhinestones.
Oh, yeah.
The crotch.
I did do that.
And just it was billowy. It was poofy. It was voluminous. It
glowed in the dark.
There was glow in the dark drawings on it, and I'm like, that was additional. That was a bonus, and it was just so big and beautiful and comfortable too. Actually, because it was just like a baggy. I love baggy costumes. They're great.
Yeah.
So and then. What I love about that costume is that it keeps getting better, because the first time I did it, I didn't have a wig. I just dyed my hair red and I sculpted it upwards.
Oh, right.
And and then the performance happens. And what I did with the performance, the song happens and there's a white backdrop and there's a projection of like a rotating universe with like different pictures of the galaxy. And I come through the curtain, and everyone's like, oh! And also I'm wearing these giant ass shoes that you let me borrow, which is like super. By the way, the shoes were a little big for me, so I wobbled a little, but nobody noticed. And also, that costume came with this giant ass shawl, like what would you call it?
That was the cloak.
This giant billowy space cloak. That
like very Bowie.
Like super Bowie. And the collar went past my ears almost, how big it was. And it was heavy. So the one downside of this costume was that it was super heavy on me.
It was also made out of curtains.
It was made out of curtains.
It is going to be a heavier fabric.
It's so heavy. And by the way, that piece was like, that was of your own creation. It had nothing to do with the costume too. Like that cloak, right? That cloak, what's that cloak?
Oh no, I was just making that cloak and then I thought it would fit and then it just got donated to your cause.
Yeah, it did donate to my cause, right, yeah. No, you were making this cloak for yourself and then it was like, this could work. And then you put it on like, what? It just fitted beautifully.
And that number, I cry every single time I see V do the Space Oddity number.
It's one of my favorite numbers to do because it's just so...
But without fail, I cry.
Yeah,
like ugly cry every time I see you perform it, including at my own show. And I'm not even watching you do it. I'm still backstage like,
Well, because like the meaning behind it is just this beautiful, like, this ethereal traveler of the universe, just like contemplating life, and is anyone actually hearing me? Like, am I alone in the universe? Which is kind of like, even beautiful things need a company, you know? Like, it's just like...
And fun fact about that.
Yeah?
The cloak that I was making for that was dealing with miscarriage.
Yes, I was.
And then that whole thing went into like the mysticalness of your number.
Yeah.
And there was like, I had like bejeweled or dazzled or whatever, the sonogram on your cloak too.
Yeah. Like life and death. Just life and death on my cloak.
So we collaborated on this huge thing as our first project that we both were so
like
invested in together.
Yeah.
And that kind of set a precedent of us collaborating on super emotional pieces.
It's true, yeah. I think I could just because I just think you're the only designer that, number one, I truly trust my feelings about stuff. And also, you're just rare. Like, your designs are rare to me. They're so beautiful and intricate, and there's not one. Every single rhinestone and jewel has a meaning behind it, and I'm just like, I want to be part of your world. Like, I want to be where Kaden is. I want to be where Vader is drooling. Not really, no.
Oh, that's totally fair.
Yeah,
that is totally fair.
No, and also like, oh yes, and it's just like when I by myself with my drag, I'm just like, I'm saucy, like I'm a ketchup, but with Kayla's designs, I'm like a spicy ketchup.
Like sriracha ketchup.
You are the sriracha. Come to the stage. Oh, let me drink it. Come to the stage. Sriracha ketchup. Sriracha. No, you are the spicy ketchup. You are the reason why. Like, okay, so fun fact: a lot of people also recognize, okay, yeah, they recognize me for my weird antics on stage, and like I'm a weirdo on stage, and people still like me. I don't know why, but like when people come up to me and they realize who I am, they're like, "Oh, you're the David Bowie person," or "You're the one who did this," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, that's just Caitlin. That is just all Caitlin." So the reason why I'm as well known is because of our creativity, and like I gotta say, like, You're like you're a big reason why I exist. So like,
I get so excited to collaborate with V because we can do the craziest things together.
Yeah.
But we end up doing the craziest things together
That's true,
because
yeah.
somebody had me make a burlesque outfit.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
For them.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
A week.
I'm so sorry. That's why I wonder why you're my friend.
That included over 4,000 rhinestones.
Oh, listen, I did not ask for the rhinestones. I did not ask for the rhinestones and that kind of thing. Okay, so long story short, because that's who I am. A long time ago, I was in 2 burlesque shows, and one of them was The Birds and the Bees, and one of the number was that I was the Snake of Eden. And so I go to Caitlin, and I'm like, Caitlin, you're going to hate me. And she goes, I can never hate you. And then I'm like, you're going to hate me now. I would like to be a sexy snake on stage. And they go, oh, okay. How long do I have? I think I said, like, it's next week. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm questioning our friendship now, but sure.
I didn't say that.
In my mind, you did.
In your mind, I did.
In my mind, you did. Anyways, so like, I didn't ask for the 4,000 crystals. I didn't say specific. You did that on your own. But thank you. I appreciate it.
No, but it
was a 5-piece costume with a dress, a wraparound tail, what else?
Oh, that had a cloak as well.
It had a cloak, a long-ass cloak.
And then it had the 1920s evening gown fringe.
Ew, there was fringe. Oh.
AB crystals, house down boots.
House down boots. And then when you take off the entire thing, there's like what kind of it's a...
That was a monokini.
Monokini with fringe on it. And then, yeah. And so I used that costume twice. So that was the first one. The second one was way better. I think way better executed because the second time I did it was for a show called Mytholotes. And I was Medusa. That we did mythical characters. And so I used the I used the snake costume, aka now the Medusa costume, because it's like snake. I want to be the Snake King of Burlesque.
Snake, ooh, it's a snake.
So fun fact, the first time I did it was for the Birds and the Bees when I was the Garden of Eden. There was a moment where I had an apple carved out, filled with honey, and I decided to pour the honey all down my body. But there was a point where I made eye contact with Caitlin while I'm doing this suggestive move. And by the way, I'm draped over this stool. I'm going to use you as a prop right now, by the way. And I'm just like, yes, sexy. But the costume pieces that I took off were right next to my feet. So I saw Caitlin saw me do that. And then in her eyes, I hear, if you get one drop of fucking honey on that, I'm gonna murder you in your sleep. I'm going to question, this is the last collaboration. Luckily, not one drop spilled on that costume. It was all over me. And then when I ran backstage, everyone ran backstage because everyone was just like, ooh, Vienna is covered in honey. Get some lickings going. And it was very sensual. Then the second time was the Medusa one. No liquids no liquids at all. Just me.
Much better.
But the photos. Oh, and then it came, let me borrow a Medusa crown.
Oh yeah, that did.
With like, oh my God, the crowns you make. What the fuck? It was gorgeous. It was gorgeous. And so, yeah.
I miss shows, though.
I miss being naked on stage and people giving me money.
I miss going to burlesque shows. I love watching my friends, especially when they have costumes that I've been involved with.
Yeah.
But going forward now...
Oh, yeah, that thing happened.
Yeah, we're still in COVID, V.
I know.
So I know a lot of people have done things... like online.
That's true. Yeah, I was on a little online show with Heist, which is a theater company here in Halifax, and I did a little tiny drag number online with via Zoom, and like, I don't. Yeah, I mean, you can. Here with me. This is all about me right now. I think the idea of online shows is necessary if you want to keep going, but I just love the audience. The audience is what I love. I need reactions. I need I miss the oohs and the ahs and the and the take your top off, but you saying that, not anybody else. Take your tits out or anything like that. No, it's just harder to do it for me. I haven't done any shows since COVID happened. Except for that one, because it was for fun and that kind of thing. It was easy, just like, there you go. Put on a mustache and then you're good to go.
That's fair.
Just put on some glitter and mustache and good to go. But like with COVID and burlesque, it's just like, it's necessary, but the reason why I think burlesque is powerful and drag is powerful is that you are in the presence of someone else's undressing their identity. Online performing is like anything else, especially with like cam work, cyber sex, that kind of thing. It is intimate, and I used to be a cam model like a number of times. So yes, there is still an intimacy there, but there is still a wall there because no one can see what's behind the other side of the screen, like who is watching you and that kind of thing, which is in a way kind of like alluring because you don't know. But at the same time, I like to see people's reactions when I do this. Okay, but there's one more outfit I just want to quickly touch on, and then that's it. The neon flapper. The neon flapper one.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
A long time ago, I did Lone Digger by Caravan Palace, and Vienna. It's kind of like the encapsulation of Vienna Plume, one of my other drag characters, which is like, imagine like cyberpunk, but flapper, but no metallics or anything like that. Just like a cafe bar that's stuck in its 1940s time. It's in the middle of Night City. You go to this club, and Vienna's the flapper stage person that's just like, oh, darling, this is the future. And then you meet her in the chaise lounge.
Yeah, neon Blade Runner flapper.
Neon Blade Runner flapper, and that's like a quintessential another outfit that I'm in love with. And it's so comfortable, and everyone goes crazy for it. Yeah.
Yes, because everybody loves fringe.
That's true. Everybody loves fringe. Just put fringe on anything, and then everyone loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if somebody hates you, put some fringe on. Put some fringe on your shirt, you're good to go.
And that's just the tea.
Yeah! Ooh, tea.
Yeah. You really should come back and do this again
I
sometime.
need to. Yeah, we should. Yeah. Would you like me to? Would you like me to? Can I do it? Can I do it?
I feel like we're already going to do it.
Okay!